Hey everyone, this is just wanted to give you guys a quick update on our medical shipping bill for California. So in the state of California, the basic concept is that we would be able to ship medical cannabis products to medical patients, so qualified medical patients who either have their medical cannabis card or their medical recommendation from a doctor. So we're not talking, I call them hangnail patients and such. I mean, everybody is technically a medical patient or a cannabis medical patient. We're all taking it for different reasons to improve our lives or improve our wellness. But yeah, it's pretty clear. Someone 5-year-old with Rett syndrome who's having 50 seizures a day is not, in the same category as someone who has, a little bit of anxiety here and there, or gets headaches or a little insomnia and such. So again, they're all valid, but I think everyone pretty much knows the difference. So, yeah, so it's like seriously ill medical patients, um, just in the current sort of recreational legal cannabis system. Strangely, everyone assumes that medical patients have even more access than they've ever had. But what's actually happened is that everything's gone totally recreational, and sort of the race to the bottom drive, forces of capitalism or whatever weird economic system we live in these days, um, just has disincentivized quality wellness products. And so basically, the seriously ill medical patients can't find and can't access quite often the cannabis medical products they need. And a lot of them are like specialty tinctures, certain cannabinoid ratios, certain cannabinoids. Um, and quite often it's in tincture form. Um, yeah, and we all kind of understand that a 5-year-old kid, again, with Rett syndrome, uh, parents aren't going to go buy a pina colada vape pen for them, or a sour watermelon fluorescent green gummy worm. That's not really appropriate medicine, and it's not even effective for their treatment. So anyway, get back to it. So anyway, what's going on with our medical bill is that certain small uh, farmers or operators who uh, make these specialty medical products um, will be able to ship directly to medical patients. So, thus improving their access and making kind of the California promise of safe, affordable, convenient, and effective medicine for all Californians, especially seriously ill medical patients. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And the bill, here's the update. It has now passed through three, so it's passed the assembly side, so the House Assembly side of the state. It's now passed the three committees in the Senate. Appropriations is the big one. That's where most bills die because that's the budgetary commission, and we're in a deficit year, so that's where bills a lot of times go into suspense, and then they never come out, and no one votes on it, and it just basically dies. So anyway, sorry, this is kind of a long ramble, but the good news, it passed. So it's AB 1332. It passed all three Senate committees, and now will go to the Senate floor. It looks like this week. And once it gets through that, then it goes back to the House, the Assembly side, just for consolidation, or I think that's what they call it. House. Anyway, it's where any little minor tweaks that happen on the Senate side, the House now needs, reconciliation. the House needs to approve those changes. Just make sure the bill, language didn't massively change, which it didn't. And then it goes to the governor's desk to be signed. And then it's up to the governor, to sign it or veto it. And right now, what's going on is in the House, the Assembly, and the Senate, it's been 100% yes votes, all yes votes. And right now, also the positions, there's zero opposition from any of the groups. Cannabis industry groups, unions, who else? Just local government control, just all these different, organizations who have representation in Sacramento. Nobody's opposing it right now. There are some folks who are not thrilled about it, but it's kind of, if I'm not getting a slice or a piece, then I'm not going to support it. Or, there's people who are also concerned, on the retail side, that this is like a Trojan horse that's trying to cut them out, but it's not. It's not. It's the retail shops have already conceded that, they can't really stock specialty wellness products for seriously ill patients. Just the nature of a brick and mortar dispensary is they may only have one or two seriously ill medical patients within 30 miles of their shop. So it just doesn't make sense for them to carry these specialty wellness products that may just sit on the shelf and then expire. So it's not blaming the dispensaries for this issue. It's just a situation that's just sort of emerged and needs to be fixed, because the medical patients should be the top priority for who has access to the legal cannabis they need. So that's what we have proposed a solution, and we're working with Society of Cannabis Clinicians, Cal Normal, a few other trade groups within the industry now, cannabis industry. Some folks who really are not going to benefit from this, but just karmically see that it's the right thing to do. That if we can't even take care of medical patients, then what are we even doing here in the legal cannabis industry? So a lot of folks have stepped up and supported, and so good things are happening. So that's just wanted to give you an update on that. Not going to get into the details, all the technical stuff. A lot of it's like policy, regulation, wonky stuff. And, some folks are, either concerned that it could be a Trojan horse for loopholes and exploitation for like fake medical patients and shipping. We do not want that to happen either. I'd be really bummed if this turned into some new loophole. So we've really clamped down and tightened it up on defining specifically what products can be shipped, what are some of these medical products. So we're defining those, and a lot of them are tinctures, topicals, full spectrum oils and things. Trying to think what else. Anyway, we'll get into those details. And then as far as who can do it, it's really the small craft farmers who've had a history of providing this kind of medicine. That seems to be the appropriate niche in the market to do that, because the big, large-scale corporate operations, the reality, they got investors. Their main thing is profits, and instantly, as soon as profits is the most important thing, corners get cut, the quality of the medicine degrades very quickly, and then you're in a race to the bottom, and all of a sudden, you're creating cannabis products that are, you know, maybe not so effective. Worst case scenario are actually contaminated because they're buying crappy weed, moldy, contaminated weed, and you know, extracting that, which is a problem in the industry. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but just wanted to let you guys know that's what's going on. So keep sending positive vibes. It looks like, and this would be the first, California, if this passes and becomes law, California would be the first state in the United States who actually uses common carriers or parcel service. And again, this is within California, so cannot cross state lines. Cannot cross state lines because that would violate federal law. But within California, yeah, it looks like we have a path to being able to just make these seriously ill medical patients and their families and their caregivers just make their life a lot easier, and show them that California cares and the cannabis industry cares, and we honor and appreciate them, and also completely recognize that the path to cannabis legalization really was paved by the medical patient activists who fought for like Prop 215 and then all the bills that came afterwards. They were always medical patients. That was always the justification, and it was sincere. It was real. They're really, especially during the AIDS crisis, there were people that cannabis really provided relief and helped them, and it was a good thing. So anyway, so in that tradition, hopefully California will continue that tradition of prioritizing the medical patient, putting the medical patient first, and making sure that they're not left behind, and that we all are benefiting from the freedom that the medical patients won for all of us, and we're going to continue to make sure the medical patients are taken care of. So anyway, AB 1332, and by the way, it's a freshman assembly member, Patrick Ahrens, Assembly Member Patrick Ahrens, who boldly took on this bill, and yeah, he's a real hero, man. He's been fighting for this. So there's some really good people working on this. And just one other thing, a lot of people think, you know, all politics and government and everything is just all corrupt and crap and evil, whatever, or lizard people and stuff. And that goes on, but I've now seen firsthand, this is my first dipping my toe into politics and government stuff and regulations. I'm just at a point in my life where I don't break laws if I don't agree with laws or think I try and change laws. And yeah, there's some really good people out there. So it's not, you can't just paint everyone in government with the same brush. There's some really good people doing really good work who really want to make the world a better place. And we just need to amplify those voices and support those people. And I think Assemblymember Ahrens is one of those people. So anyway, AB 1332, we'll keep you posted. All right, bye.